out there, really give you pressure.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, you will report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the real authority. Tell it can't take your law in. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must take it. I mean you cheche, you wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum needs. We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba and Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Garnersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Sigma Compound on the Bushra Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886 512 379, 0777 512 379, or 0777 255 030, or email us Mayoba, MAYOUBAHS @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba and Sons, Liberia's pride.
Randy, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever multiple occasions jumping till the break of dawn. Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Garland Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So start the talk.
Folks, good morning to you. Good morning and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the program from the Print News. My name is Wendell Nimne, and I'm here when Gus Koma. Guys, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning to the good people of Liberia. Good morning to you guys.
Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Wendell, and the people of Liberia. Gus Korma, glad to be here.
All right, folks, so we're here this morning once again to run you through those stories making headlines in the print media. But before we go into the reading of stories, we like to recognize our sponsors. They are the one, making sure that those of you listening out there have all of the information from the papers. So let's say a big thank you to Crime Stoppers Liberia, headed by security expert Oman Sam Sion, and also Mayuba and Sons Incorporated. They are one of the giants in the importation and distribution of petroleum products on the Liberian market. And also proud to be associated is Exodus Best Price Store, one of Liberia's finest. Exodus Best Price Store have 2 branches. One is on Gurley Street, and the other one is on the Old Road, right there, Smart Road Junction. So, like we told you the other day, and always, we want people to prioritize Exodus Best Price Store. It's a company owned by a Liberian, and if you want to do business with them, you can call this number 077-0617-575, and you will talk to the CEO himself. Those of you got your entertainment center, you're running your little restaurant, you have a shop, and you want to get goods to your business place, where they are also into, home and service delivery. So that's it. Esther, how was your night? How did it go?
My night was great, Wendell, and
Okay.
I'm glad to be back. At least okay and everything.
Wow, your dress code. See you in yellow and black. It said yellow. It was
This is lemon green.
lemon green. I'm not into color, so yeah. So
That's
what
right.
what's the occasion?
It's just for work.
Work. Okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's it. Let's see what we have. Esther and I, together with Gus, we're going to be sharing with you the Front Page Africa. As a matter of fact, we have the hard copy of the Front Page Africa in our studio today, and I'm going to be bringing you the Heritage newspaper. Those of you celebrating birthday and listening to us, we say happy birthday to you. If you are celebrating your wedding anniversary, we say congratulations. And if you love somebody so close and dearest to your heart, the best we can say to you is to take solace in the Lord. So let's bring you the Heritage. The motto says the truth is our guide. Undeplorable road corridors, GOL to set up stations and equipment to make interventions. Who is saying this? The press secretary to the president of the Republic of Liberia, Ms. Kula Fofana, is right here under the caption: on the deplorable road corridors, GOL to set up stations and equipment to make interventions, says Presidential Press Secretary Kula Fofana. The statement by President Joseph Boakai during his inaugural address that no car will be stuck in the mud is gradually being worked on by this government, especially the implementation component. As part of said drive, according to the Presidential Press Secretary, Madam Kula Fofana, The government of Liberia will identify station points at strategic positions with visible road equipment in order to make necessary interventions. The initiative to be backed by the Armed Forces of Liberia Engineering Battalion. Madam Fofana told Executive Mansion reporters, we will ensure that impossible road corridors across the country will be pliable in order to create easy access for the smooth movement of goods and services, which will eventually and greatly help the people in rural and hard to reach places. President Bwaka, she stated, places premier on roads and agriculture under his government. Continuation of the story is on page 9. Let's quickly get to page 9 for the continuation of that story. And I'm trying to make my way to page 9. Yes, I'm there. It says, arrest agenda and will continue to work in such direction in order to deliver and fulfill on his commitments. Good roads under the agriculture sector is key. As such, the needed interventions, if made, will gradually be a boost and a timely beginning for the sector, she added. At the same time, the presidential press secretary rallied Liberians to embrace development and collective efforts in ensuring that the Unity Party UP-led government succeeds. The government, with 1 month and few days old, she pointed out, is already implementing some of its 100 days of deliverables ahead of the official launch of its program activities in the country soon. Currently, Madam Fofana indicated that the government line ministries and agencies are submitting their programs and activities in line with the arrest agenda to a specific committee in order to ensure that impact and deliverables are achieved to the core. President Bwaka, she added, remains committed to his plans for the people and will do all in his legal power to work in their interests. And those were the assertions made by the press secretary to the President of the Republic of Liberia, Kula Fofana. Open LBS doors to all actors. Who is saying this? Mikat Boss Designate tells Liberian Senate. Open LBS doors to all actors. The Minister Designate of the Ministry of Information, Culture, Affairs and Tourism, Jerry Limick MPR, has said the legislature must repeal the military law of former President Samuel Doe to open the LBS to every sector or actor, Appearing for his confirmation hearing before the Senate Committee on Information and Broadcasting, chaired by Montserrat County Senator Abraham Darius Dillon on Monday, February 26, the minister designate said it is unfortunate for a democratic government to be working with military decree, noting that the state broadcaster should not just be a mouthpiece for the national government. According to him, Liberia has transitioned from the said era and must live up to the tenets of democracy, stressing the need for every citizen's voice to be heard on the state radio, irrespective of whatever political affiliation in the country. I think this is good, right? This is good, and this is good.
We just hope that's not lip service.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though.
Yeah.
All the state broadcasts.
Yeah.
That's where it gets.
Yeah, everybody, and that's is a good thing. I think we have to look at this morning. But let's move on with more stories. Legal advisor to President Bwaka discloses plans to resubmit bill to remove turn-you positions. Oh my God. Very interesting. Let's see it. Let's get to page 2. The legal advisor to the president of Liberia has disclosed plans by the president to resubmit all bills seeking to remove turn-you positions in the Liberian government. Councilor Buju Ben Keita said the bill was first submitted by former President George Weah and passed by the House of Representatives and the Liberian Senate, but the bill was not signed into law. Addressing the weekly Executive Mansion press briefing on Friday, February 23 in Monrovia, Councillor Keita pointed out that the intention of the government of Liberia is not to get rid of certain attorney positions, but all in keeping with the law. He justified that removing attorney positions was first contemplated by the previous government and is being considered by the UP-led government. The president's top legal aide argued that the president's appointment to some of the attorney positions whose officials violated the code of conduct is in keeping with the law, especially Article 56A of the Constitution of Liberia. And Esther, that's the story there. The president of the Republic of Liberia discloses plans to resubmit bill to remove attorney positions. Gender Ministry disappointed over the untimely death of another woman. Oh,
And who's that woman?
who is that woman? Let's see who is she. She's a Liberian, so we are concerned to know who is she. The Ministry of Gender, Children, and Social Protection expresses serious disappointment over the untimely death of another woman following an acid attack that cost her life. Oh, yeah?
I think we followed that story recently.
The ministry learned recently that Ms. Wanta Sharif, a 27-year-old girl who was acid attacked by her ex-boyfriend Momo Kane in Lower Town Clay District, Bowman County, died after weeks of battling the severe wounds of the acid burn. The Ministry of Gender, Children, and Social Protection described the circumstances that led to the passing of Wanta Sharif, 27, as troubling, unfortunate, and therefore condemns in the stronger terms such act that resulted to the death of a promising young woman. Gender at the same time extends deepest condolences to the bereaved family. The ministry sees the latest passing of another woman as a serious stumbling block in the ongoing fight against eradicating all forms of violence against women, children, and the vulnerable population. MGCSP finds it unthinkable that amid widespread public outrage about the danger of violence against women and children, some cruel elements continue to engage into unwholesome practices that are costing the lives of innocent women and children. And that's good news. And so let's take our final story on the front page of the Heritage newspaper. I want a more dynamic game, and I will give massive chance to local base players. This is about sports. All right, so we're now into sports this morning. All right, so let me run you to the back page of the Heritage, after which we'll send controls to Esther to bring us the hard copy of the front page Africa newspaper. The back page says, First Lady extols Carter Center support to mental health in Liberia. The Office of the First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, Katumo Yata Bwaka, has praised the Carter Center for its pivotal role in advancing Liberia's development, particularly in the area of mental health. Mrs. Bwaka lauded the Carter Center's steadfast support as instrumental in bolstering the nation's effort to address mental health challenges. In a meeting held on Monday, February 26, at the Executive Mansion, Mrs. Bwaka, the story continues, says, warmly welcome James Dobo Jala, the outgoing country director of the Carter Center in Liberia. During the meeting, Mrs. Bwaka, a trained psychosocial counselor herself, underscored her commitment to initiative aimed at furthering support for mental health initiatives nationwide. Expressing gratitude for the Carter Center's partnership, Mrs. Bwaka highlighted its pivotal role as a key ally of the Liberian government in enhancing the national mental health intervention strategies. Mr. Jala reciprocated the sentiment, affirming the Carter Center's unwavering dedication to fortifying and sustaining a robust public mental health system in collaboration with the Liberian government and local stakeholders. And let's grab more stories on the back page. In the transformation process of Liberia's educational sector, U.S. Embassy acknowledges Lakusi's efforts. And we see the Shadi Affairs at the embassy. Catherine Rodriguez is here this morning. The United States Embassy accredited Nia Morovia has reaffirmed the United States government commitment in supporting equitable access to quality education in Liberia, especially for the most vulnerable and marginalized. And lastly, for the back page, Tim Kamara wants all courts orders fully executed to the letter. Team Shivo Kamara, which is one of the contesting parties in the upcoming Union of Liberian Association in Americas election scheduled for March 2nd, has vowed not to participate in the process if all counts of the court's orders are not fully executed. Both lawyers, Nixon T. Connor and Koya and Charles K. Sonwabi Jr., M.A., Anthony at Law, have failed to fully implement the court order as instructed by George. It says by George, this is very interesting, Barry C. Dozer, Delaware County Court of Common Pleas in Pennsylvania. The court orders are: 1, the prior elections commission approved delegate lists for the September 2023 election, including Iowa, Ohio, and Georgia chapters, will participate in the upcoming elections. These chapters will provide to the alternate lists of eligible voters, and the alternate will compare these lists with the delegate list for the September elections and will register eligible voters who were previously excluded. All matters of which the alternate cannot agree will be referred to the judge. Well, let's leave the story right there. Let me say good morning to our good friends there in the United States, Suleiman Hashim Tunis, who is always following the print news at work, and also to you, Solomon Baka Reeves. We say good morning to all of you great guys. Let's send controls to Esther for the continuation of the dailies.
Right. This morning on my decks, I have the front page Africa newspaper. Let's see the top story here. It says uncovering a red flag, financial intelligence agencies' financial activities show entity receive 50 million, withdraw all same day. And it's right here on the front page of this paper. Let's see more stories. Concession companies not living up to agreements. Senator Simeon Taylor raises alarm, says the situation is robbing Liberians of their just benefit and keeping the country underdeveloped. This is also one of the stories on the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper. Let's look at another. Says that we will not serve as propagandists. Information Minister designate Jerolimic Pia tells Senate confirmation hearing committee. We don't have already brought that. Let's look up more. NAFA Director General Emma Glasgow calls for due process before relinquishing her post. I will not resign. I'm equally concerned about these growing multiple autopause attack on my person. What I will ask this honorable body is to recommend to the Senate to set up a committee to probe into this, because I could be politically motivated. It could be politically motivated, and it could also be based on some political interest. But that's an interesting one, and we will take some lines from it. Let's bring Takpana on, and let's take some lines from this story. What page is this? Is this on? This should be on page 5 of the Front Page Africa newspaper. Let's flip through quickly to bring you this story. The Director General of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, Madam Emma Glasgow, says she would not quit her job as head of the entity unless an investigation is conducted to determine whether she contravened the institution's law or not. Madam Glasgow made this assertion at the meeting with members of the House Committee on Maritime, Agriculture, Mines and Energy at NAFA's headquarters on Monday. The team of lawmakers headed by Montserrat County District 10 Representative Frank Safoko as part of their oversight responsibility, expressed concern about the increasing attack and protests at NAFA's office. Recently, Madam Glasgow has faced several allegations, including illegal dismissal, among others. In response to the lawmakers, Madam Glasgow stated that the attacks against her are not a war of politics, urging the Senate to investigate. I am actually concerned about these growing multiple autopause attack on my person. I urge this body to recommend to the Senate to establish a committee to investigate because it could be politically motivated or based on some political interest, she said. Madam Glasgow added, for example, why were these concerns not raised in 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, or 2022, but are being raised now? That is my concern. So I believe that I am being unfairly treated by those who want this job. She told the lawmakers that the level of work she and her team have done at NAFA has garnered significant attention, leading her to believe that criticism against her is motivated by personal interest. I believe that with the attention brought to the sector, people are eyeing the post, thinking it is an easy win, Madam Glasgow said. For me, I don't care much. We just have to do the right thing. Look at what happened at the Ministry of Defense and the EPA. It's the same thing they want to happen at NAFA. You just create instability when you demand resignation. I will not do that. Let us go through the due process and I will leave at the appropriate time, but not abruptly or through cohesion. Speaking further, Madam Glasgow emphasized that it is not her right to serve as Director General of NAFA. Rather, she stressed that it is a privilege to serve her country, adding that there is a life beyond NAFA. No one is clicking to this job. Let me make it clear. It is simply the opportunity to serve, and I'm not clinging to it. But I think the most trending method to remove people from office is to incite violence, tarnish the image or reputation of the institution, create an unpleasant working environment, and then demand resignation. That will not be the case with me. I am not going to resign under these circumstances, she said. Madam Glasgow added that when fair justice as well, I want fair justice as well. I want people to investigate these matters and to see if I have done anything illegal, and then I will avail myself to whatever circumstances may arise. But simply to assert pressure and demand my unceremonious removal is not fair to me. If the senior executive decides to call me to the table at any time, why not? I would rather not force myself to work with a government that lacks confidence in me. Madam Glasgow remarked that the same people who praised her yesterday are now criticizing her. According to her, she oversees over 200 staff across the country. However, she was surprised to see a few people calling for her removal. Do they represent the two-third majority against me, or are they just a handful of people influencing these staff? The recent protest was led by 9 individuals. Some of them had their contracts not renewed due to financial constraints, not the personal interest. So, in order to clear my name of any allegation, I believe there should be a committee to investigate any allegation against me, she said. We will leave you there and look at the final story on the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper. Embattled Commissioner at Liberia Telecommunication Authority, Good Governance Commission go to Supreme Court over President Bouakar's attempt to remove them from their turner position, taking the president to the law. That petitioners support as petitioners support I mean submit that while performing their lawful duties as provided by the act, question the Liberia Telecommunications Authority and without any case of doing wrong. The respondents have commenced to have them removed and replaced with co-respondents nominee, even though the tenure for which petitioners were appointed to serve at the Liberia Telecommunication Authority has not expired. Hence, prohibition would lie to prevent the doing of an unlawful act, except LTA Commissioner petition for writ of prohibition. Well, this story is right here on page 2 of the front page Africa newspaper. We will take some paragraphs and move to the back page. 5 commissioners of the Liberia Telecommunications Authority have filed a petition for a writ of prohibition against the Liberian government, urging that their removal from office by President Joseph Boakai is unlawful and violates the Telecommunications Act of 2007, which established the LTA and governance, the appointment and tenure of commissioners. The petitioners include Edwina Krom Zankwa, Chairperson, Israel Akisaya James, Gawet, and Zato Tatas, and Osborne Dix. According to them, they were appointed as commissioners with fixed terms set to expire in 2026, but have been targeted for removal before the completion of their terms. They argued that the president's nomination of new commissioners for confirmation by the Senate while they are still serving their lawful term is a violation of their rights and the laws of Liberia. According to the petitioners, the Telecommunications Act explicitly outlines the process for appointment or appointing commissioners at the LTA, including Senate confirmation and fixed tenure of office. They maintain that the president's authority to appoint commissioners is subject to these statutory provisions and cannot override a tenure guaranteed by law. The petitioners cited legal precedents, including the case of Martin S. Colley versus Executive Branch of Government, which established that removal from office must be for cause and in accordance with the law. The petition that consistent with the Liberia Telecommunication Act of 2007, a person serving as commissioner or chairman may not be removed from office prior to the completion of his or her term of appointment without cause as defined by the Act. In the instant cause, the petitioners have done nothing in violation of the law to warrant their replacement or removal. Court is requested to take judicial cognizance of the law controlling. Also, in a case, Martin S. Colley versus Executive Branch of Government head on October 30, 2018, decided August 2019, the Supreme Court held thus. For the President of the Republic of Liberia to remove the Director General of the National Lottery Authority, that removal must be for a cause or provided by law. It was therefore wrong for the current President of Liberia to have appointed another person as Director General of the National Lottery Authority, while the tenure of the petitioner as Director of the National Lottery Authority had not expired. In their plea to the Supreme Court, the petitioners emphasized the importance of upholding the rule of law and protecting the tenure rights of government officials. They argued that allowing their removal without cause would set a dangerous precedent and undermine the stability and integrity of the Liberia democratic institution. We will stop you right here at the back page. We see Bokai's appointment of persons to position that have unexpired tenures, a classy political witch hunt, or a tact shift from nations. That's nationalism to countyism. That's where we're going to stop you. I think that some controls to you, Wendell.
Thank you very much, Esther. You did extremely well in reading those stories. And so let's just recap for you. Then we take our break and hear from our partners there in the United States. All right. We have with us this morning Dapana and Gus Korma. So we started with the heritage this morning and the front page story. Undeployable road corridors, GOL to set up stations and equipment to make interventions, says Presidential Press Secretary Kula Fofana. And another story says, open LBS doors to all actors. MICAD boss designate Jared Limick, PR, tells Liberian Senate. and legal advisor to Pres Bwaka discloses plans to resubmit bill to remove attorney positions. Gender ministry disappointed over the untimely death of another woman. And lastly, I want more dynamic game, and I will give massive chance to local based players. To the back page of the Heritage First Carter Center's support to mental health in Liberia. And in the transformation process of Liberia's educational sector, U.S. Embassy acknowledges Likosi's efforts. Lastly, Team Kamara wants all courts, others fully executed to the letter. And that's the Heritage. Esther Brothers, the front page, and these are stories she brought you. Uncovering a red flag, financial intelligence agencies, financial activities show entity received U.S. 500 million withdrawal all the same day. Concession companies not living up to agreements. Senator Simeon Taylor raises alarm, says the situation is robbing Liberians of their just benefits and keeping the country underdeveloped. And then lastly, for top stories, we would not serve as propagandists. Information Minister Designate Geraldine Pierre tells Senate Confirmation Hearing Committee. And these are the top stories. NAFA Director General Edmund Glasgow calls for due process before relinquishing her post. I will not resign. I'm equally concerned about these growing multitude of octopus attacks on my person. What I will ask this honorable body is to recommend to the Senate to set up a committee to probe into this, because it could be politically motivated. It could also be based on some political interests. And then lastly, embattled commissioners at Liberia Telecommunications Authority and Good Governance Commission to go to the Supreme Court over President Bwaka's attempt to remove them from their attorney position, taking the president to the law. The petitioners submit that while performing their lawful duties as provided by the Act creating the Liberia Telecommunications Authority, LTA, and without any cause of wrongdoing, the respondents have commenced to have them removed and replaced with co-respondents nominees, even though the attorney for which petitioners were appointed to serve at the Liberia Telecommunications Authority has not expired. Hence, prohibition will lie to prevent the doing of unlawful act, except LTA Commissioner's petition for writ of prohibition. And those are all the stories we brought you this morning. Right, so we give Dakwana, who is just joining, to greet the audience. Then we take our break and come right back to them to, for their, analysis on the stories we just brought you. So Dakwana, you can take a minute to greet the audience. Then we take our break.
Yeah, Wendy, I want to say good morning to you. Good morning to Esther. Good morning to God. Good morning to Peace Loving People of Mama Liberia. It's good to be back on the program from the Print News. And I want to say thanks to you guys for the reading.
Dakwana, you are not audible. I don't know. You need to check your system.
All right, then I will log out and come back in.
Yeah, I think you just need to increase your volume. That's all. But we can hear you, but you are not that audible. That's all.
Yeah, I think the best thing is to log out and come back in, because
okay, just do that. Let's take our break, folks. We'll come back with you and bring you more developments this morning on the program from the Print News. So we take word from our sponsors.
There are crowds in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. That it can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. I'm a part to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stop it for all of us. Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper. Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stop it for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stop it for all of us. Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stop it crime for all of us.
Robbie, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Spot Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, so going deep and deeper. Put in thought to EGK. Living sense in her.
Are you in search of a place you can get quality petroleum products? Well, I got news for you. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated is the company to meet all your petroleum needs. We are one of Liberia's leading importers and distributor of petroleum products on the Liberian market. We are fully capacitated to deliver your petroleum and diesel products anywhere in Liberia. Mayoba and Sons Incorporated, we do rental of dump trucks, tanker trucks, heavy equipment, D8, front loader, excavator. Our clearing and forwarding agency is fast, reliable, and can deliver your goods on time. Mayoba and Sons have improved the quality of reconstituted distributions and importation by financial institutions empowerment. Our head offices are located at the Garnersville Town Hall Junction on Barnesville Road and Freeport Seaman Compound on the Bourgeois Island. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0886 512 379, 0777 512 379, or 0777 255 030, or email us Mayoba, MAYOUBAHS @yahoo.com, or visit our website www.mayobaliberia.com. Our mission is to keep petroleum on the Liberian market stable, effective, and efficient. Our vision is that our presence be felt in the 15 counties with outstanding commitment. Mayoba and Sons, Liberia's pride.
Okay, thank you, folks. We are back, and let's now. I was just going through Facebook and just saw, a post from this lady about the death of a producer, A Trends. All right, Miata Kamara just posted something that he passed, and then just confirmed that yes, he died last night. A-Trans is a producer, all right? Most of the songs that we sometimes play, like the most recent one he did, that song where Corin, no Corin, they keep killing us and all that. He
Okay.
produced that song. He's dead, and so we say to the bereaved family, take solace in the Lord. So let's send controls to Gus and Dakwana there in the States. Guys, let's hear you.
Go ahead, Dakwana.
Dakwana, are you there? Okay, Gus, I think Dakwana is not ready, so we can hear from you before we get back
Yeah,
to
yeah,
him.
okay, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear from you. You were there and you listened to the story. So
Yeah,
you and
definitely.
Gus, you and Gus can take a talking point for us this morning.
Okay, Windia, firstly, I want to express my deepest condolences to the family of Atrans. Windia, he was not just a friend, he was a brother to me. So
Mm-hmm.
somebody who I had a great a family ship with. He saw me as a big brother, and many times said he even offered to send me stuff, African stuff and other things. So he and I had a good relationship. And
Mm-hmm.
I working with one or two artists, and he myself got an agreement. I sent them to him. He produced songs for them, and then he and I go on the on the contract basis where I pay him other things. So he and I have been very close. And I can remember he messaged me I think a week ago, and I told him I was a little bit busy, but I found time for him and I to talk. And politically, he and I had the same belief and other stuff. So he was a friend and a brother. So I want to say my deepest condolences. It's very shocking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm very sad right now hearing the news about his death. People been sending me the information, but I thought it was just a joke. But we know you do we know what the cause of his death?
No, 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 no. I just confirm it from Oliver Kind, the one who just confirmed it that he passed off last night.
Wow.
But the
Anyway,
cause of death has not been established.
wow. Anyway, want to say our deepest condolences. I'll try to reach out to his fiancée and I'll reach out to her. Rectify. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, when there I got one story that caught my attention.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when we come on this platform and we talk the way we talk, because we have been provoked. We know that language just there, you know who can say it? I'm telling
No,
who get it. I'm telling you got Kaluba.
what about
When
No.
we talk the way we talk, it's because we have been provoked.
provoke?
Can you
Yeah.
imagine? Can you imagine why are these guys doing this in our country? Why do you guys want to attack a lady who have brought a huge significance to a sector? Who knew about NAFA? Who knew about featuring? I can remember when I was in Liberia when we started advocacy for albinism. I had a friend who was working to that place. All she used to tell me that she was on the fishery department. They were on the Ministry of Agriculture.
Agriculture. Yeah.
Yeah, I visited her once at that same spot. At that time, it was not morning that I visited her. It was later on why I was told that before my aunt could leave, that how can I create that place as a separate entity. And then I think they had somebody there. But still, we never heard about Nafa. We never knew that setup could boom until this lady, Emma Menty Glasgow, took over. That lady had brought so much significance to the sector. She had brought so much importance to the fishery sector. Look at her achievements. Look at her deliverables over the years. Today, you guys are using your switches, using people to go after her only because you took this position, the power because job. So it's not relevant anymore. Somebody who perform on the job, you guys want to kick her out, and you guys want to do it illegally. Why can't you guys pay attention? They lady went through the first term because of her performance. She was re-nominated to that position, so she gonna have few more a year, I think 1 or 2 more years to be at that place, and then you can take over. You guys there for 6 years. So why you guys going after this woman? Windia, this lady
Mm.
are very close to her mother. This lady, today you see her performing, she got a sad story, just like me, my story that you know, and I still
I know.
pushing. She got a sad story too.
I
She
know.
went through hell and then back.
Exactly. I
That
know about that.
motivation, that fortitude, making her to be who she is today. And she
Mm.
performing despite all of what she went through. I thought Omen Braga, yeah, they, I come in P4 small. Yeah, the gods were a little bit healing Omen Braga. But I don't think Omen Braga is himself. He's not himself. Because to look at Emma Glasgow, even though he hasn't made no decision to replace her, but if you see those things happening, they got on tomb. People on the
Mm.
ground doing these things. So I expect Omen Bwaka to rise up to the occasion. Stop these things that happen in the West. It's too much. Stop going after people that are in training position. Stop using your stooges to attack people. This lady has performed well. If a left man wants, she will be to that place for life because she brought pride to our fisheries sector. So it's very sad for people to start going after her. Can you imagine those people that used to hear her before? Today, they are going against her. This is sad, and I think the washing need to stop. Because if this continues, it will not utter well for our country. Start doing what you're doing. No one is laborious than the others. Thank you, William. Oh,
Hello?
we went. There's something wrong.
Hello?
Yeah, because we lost the guys.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure
Yeah.
that. Do we get off and come back or what?
Well, sometimes we can still be here and see if they will come
Okay, I
back.
see. I see they just went out.
Yeah, they went off.
Okay, let me inbox him and see what he has to say.
Okay, let me mute myself.
Let me see. I don't know. I'm not hearing from him.
Oh, okay. But anyway, we'll still be here and see if they'll come on.
Yeah.
Just keep myself muted.
Yeah, I'll stick around, see if I can reach out to him or Esther again.
Stopper, me I said yes, coming now for all our Crime Stopper, people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making.
Okay, folks, thank you. We are back. And Dakwana, are you there? Dakwana, you
Yes,
there?
I'm here.
Yeah, we're both here.
Okay. All right, guys.
I'm
It's good. It's good to have you back. We had this power outage in the central Monrovia area, but it's good having you back. So let's continue from your end.
Okay. Yeah.
okay.
Okay. I mean, I think that Emma Glasgow deal is a good topic. Again, my brother, when somebody, I'm a military man, I'm also a traditionalist, I'm also an adult now, I'm a father, and all of that. When somebody is in office, I fought against people calling President Weah names and this and that. So I've got to always maintain that. So I'm not praising somebody. I can disagree with you, but I still can be very, very amicable with you because that's just the way my nature is. The Emma Glasgow situation is really interesting. The lady has functioned very well. Up to recent, I think she just did some, there was a big announcement and some things that happened at that entity. I forgot what it was. I think they commissioned a ship or some boat that was going to be doing some fishing or whatever in our waters. There were international communities and the current government all over that. So first of all, Emma, I think if I'm not mistaken, is a product of Madame Salih gesture, or she went to school during those days. I know she got a scholarship during those days and went out and actually is a professional in this area. This is why she's functioning correctly. It always baffles me in Liberia when these jobs and people are appointed in these positions without no prior experience or even expertise in those areas. I think that's one of the reasons why these entities do not function. But Emma is one of those people that actually function because she understands the language of that sector. She understands the working of that sector. And this is why she was able to produce and turn that area around. For any Liberian to be going against somebody of such, yes, I get the technicality, the code of conduct, she wore party paraphernalia. You know what? Everybody in that country wear party paraphernalia. It's just sad because we still live in a country where, hello? We still
Yes, we
live,
will listen.
yeah, we still live in a country where when you work at an entity and that people in power, it forces you to have to do certain things. And it doesn't make any sense. People should be professional. Because you hire me, and you know that's why my brother going to you, Dr. Now, because I love the CDC. I cannot just say CDC, 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 CDC. No, I have to have some balance because this is why these things keep happening. The last party did the same thing. The next party will do the same thing. And then in the end, are we Liberians or are we partisans? We can't live like that. We can't just keep doing the same thing and trying to get different results. It doesn't help. But I think Emma is anybody that go after Emma, if President Boakai and his team follow through on this, they better replace her with somebody more knowledgeable than her. Or else they will hear from us. Because that would mean you've decided to kill that entity. And don't forget, like that when I said earlier, this entity falls under agriculture back in the days, which is truly right. Because if you think about it, agriculture does not just entail grains and whatnot. Okay, it entails all of those things, fishery, poultry, and all that other stuff. So I think Emma is doing a great job. She's done a good job. I think it would be smart for this administration, even if they want to replace her, wait for her tenure to end, and then you move on. She is a well-performing lady, and she needs to finish her job, and then you can go. Now, if you want to take her to court and she violated the law, I will support you. But inside of my mind, I will not support you because the technicality still says I will support her and follow the law, but you will lose my respect. Thank you.
Right. And
Esther,
yes.
Esther, let me just jump in quickly. You know, the whole argument about people violating the code of conduct,
Mm.
the action to replace them is not legal. The code of conduct says that the ombudsman, that ombudsman, it need to be established. Then is the ombudsman will be able to investigate those violators of the code of conduct and recommend action. But we haven't set up the ombudsman. So why are people talking about, oh, people violated the code of conduct?
One of my
You
men
cannot.
can say, one of my men can say, Ambrose man.
Yeah, why you say are careful?
No,
Yeah,
that one up. You know
yes.
why they say that?
Mm-hmm,
That one up.
mm-hmm.
It's technicality. Again, this is why I follow through with say, if you think she violated it, then you can go ahead and prosecute her, right? Again, it's just the court conduct just said this, and that. Like you said, they're supposed to get an ombudsman. They don't have an ombudsman, then you can't fire her. And if you fire her, then you'll be violating her rights. And then Emma does have rights under our constitution. They're gonna have to pay her. If you want to pay every single person that is covered, go ahead, and I'm okay with that too. That's another thing I would tell any of you guys on here. If they want to get everybody rid of everybody and put unity party people on, and go ahead and pay them, that's their own business. Go ahead and do it. But this is what you're doing. You're setting a precedence that we cannot continue to carry on. And if we do, it's not good because we did the same thing. I remember we were on this air here, CDC and CDC and this and that. We can't continue to do the same thing, people. But President Weah was against this too, by the way. And that bill, thank you for reminding me. That bill was passed. I mean, President Weah wanted to make some changes on this. And the reason why he wanted some changes on this was because, unlike Emma, there are other people that abuse this, how you call it, law. You know what I'm saying? They're not qualified. They're there. And then the next administration comes, they're sabotaging that administration and all those other things. So President Weah was actually in favor of terminating tenure positions that were not performing. And I think every Liberian would be in favor of that. I don't know anybody that would say, Musa Din. If Musa Din were there, you think any CDC would say, no? Let's be honest. That one not.
Mm-hmm.
But when President we had decided to take that decision, no, but when President we had decided to take that decision, it was resisted by the Unity Party. Then it was
Answer my
resisted.
Musa Din question first.
Okay, come again with the Musa Din question.
I said if Musa Din was there and they were firing him because of tenure position, I don't think any CDC would be supporting it. I mean, would be against it.
But it doesn't mean that illegal. Or lawful. It will be happy, but it will not be lawful.
So folks, I think I think we can take our talking points from there. But this is the information about A-Trans. I'm told he fell off last night at the headquarters of the CDC and was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. Yeah. So that's it. Somebody just posted in the Dapana Show chat room. Yeah, man. Was A-Trans, the guy he produced the song White Cow, Bad Road Medicine, Darkness Medicine. He produced all those songs. He was a producer. Yeah. Yeah, A-Trans. Man, it's sad. But anyway, folks, let's go to the phone lines. We take your calls. I don't know, Gus and Dakmana, what you guys want us to talk about? Should we still stick to this NAFA issue?
NAFA issue.
Okay.
Yeah, the NAFA issue. That way, already express our thoughts on it, so let the people come in.
Okay.
But I guess Esther want to say something because this is a female thing.
Yes.
The lady is a female and she's being go ahead, Esther.
Guys keep cutting me off. When it comes to the fishery sector, there have been a lot of changes with that. I think a couple of years back, we had a group of guys who came here to the station concerning what was happening, at the fishery sector. And when they got harmonized, I mean, There were a lot of people complaining, this and that with Emma. That was before the
Mm-hmm.
fishery sector was built. I mean, to that modern structure that was built, there were a lot of issues. And when there after that, we have not gotten any complaint. I mean, I remember the last time I had to go there, to interview some of the guys that had, that had issue with the sector. And then Emma Glasgow have worked with them. There have been a lot of changes. So what Waka government is trying to do is very much illegal. It's not just with Emma, it's about every other training position. With the look at the how you call it, National Lottery Authority. That's the same they're trying to do there. And this is wrong. This is a witch hunt. Because whatever you do right now, Window, if you try to bypass the law or bypass protocol, remember that you're just there for this is 6 years. You're there for 6 years. And I hope you expect others to do same to you when you're doing this. I hope this is not allowed.
The thing is, Esther, I don't want to be the one to speak for, Emma Glasgow. All right. We all saw she brought some transformation at NAFA.
A lot of transformation.
But, there are things that are happening within. Some of the employees are disenchanted because, according to them, they're being marginalized. They are just benefits and all of that. The way they said she professed to be, she's not. But like I said, I don't want to be the spokesperson for Madam Emma Glasgow. But for me, if you ask me my candid opinion about the issue unfolding at NAFA, well,
Winter, I was told that it was being handled.
Okay, it was being handled, but we also read that what is happening is being politically motivated.
Right.
All right.
That's right.
According to Edmund, somebody is behind this.
Window.
All right.
That place got over 200 plus workers. Only 9 people disenchanted.
A handful.
Yeah, some people want to talk, but they can't talk. They just behind the scene. They're supporting, but they behind the scene. You never know. Nobody won't kind of say it out more on the
But when you want to go to office, then at the time now they expressing that disenchantment publicly.
Well, so that's what I'm saying.
Action.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's leave it. Let's hear from the public what they do have to say about the issue unfolding there at NAFA. Or some of you who work for NAFA, you can call and just give us your own, observation, and you don't have to call your name. You can be in disguise and tell us what is unfolding there at NAFA. But some of the employees are not happy with Madam Glasgow. All right, so that's it. Well, let's go to the phone lines. First, we'll take comments, and then we'll come back and take calls. So, Esther, let's go to the comment section. Maybe we can take 3-4 calls. We're out of here today. So, but let's read the comments quickly.
Juju Wonwa says, good morning. Abu Kuruma says, good morning. Shadrach Shak Bleach says, good afternoon, Freedom FM. Following family today, I would like to bring your attention to the issue of bad labor practice in one of the biggest minerals and burials company in Liberia, District 17, Montserrat County. To be precise, Liberty Investment Limited, commonly known as Aqualife Mineral Company, is a major mineral and burials company in Liberia. And while many companies strive to uphold ethical labor practice, there are unfortunately still instances of exploitation and mistreatment. The completion is, I don't know when they'll have to get this completion, but this is all we do. Let's look at more. David Yinkan says, I'm watching from Compound 3, Grand Bassa County, LAC. And Mahuri Chelsea Suarez says, good morning, Window and Esther. Thanks for the show. Watching from Congo Town around Nigeria. Host Linda Street says, watching from Minnesota, USA. Linda Ira Singwa says, good afternoon, Freedom FM. I'm watching from North Africa, Algeria. Thank you for the update. Lina again says, good morning, family. Patience Kroman says, good morning. Chiba Kamara says, good morning, Freedom FM, watching live from Minnesota. Thanks for your good job. Mohammed Lucas Madu Sharif says, Good morning, my Freedom family. Cyrus D. Dennis says, good morning, Freedom FM family. I'm watching from my Purple Corner, looking town. Cyrus D. Dennis. And Gus Y. Rare says, Elizabeth Rare. And so that's Suleiman. So I think this is Suleimana Good. Says, we're not interested in that. And Ketele Tabagi says, the issue of removing people from turning position is a complete witch hunt. Why during former President Weah administration, the Unity Party lawmakers refused to pass it into law, but now see it necessary to be passed into law? This government is not for reconciliation, but to cause division in the country. LIB Lofasi says, good morning. Gus Reagan says, I don't know what that person is saying. KI. Roof Ruth Barnes says, good morning from my end. I'm watching you from Phoenix, Arizona, USA. And Lawrence F. Pico says, good afternoon, Freedom. I am watching from 21st Street. Prince B. Colley says, I'm watching from District 16. Momo Bob Morris Jr. says, that's Bob Moses Jr. Sorry. Good morning. I'm watching from Algeria. Fatu Koto says, good afternoon, Freedom family, watching from Johnsonville.
Those are all the comments.
Yeah, so far so good. That's all.
So far, so good. Those are all the comments. We can take few calls with the few minutes we have. Esther Gauze, Dakmana, and I. Call us on 0776 104 104 086 500 104. The WhatsApp line is +231 86 500 104. All right, let's go to the phone lines now and start to take your calls. Let's take our first caller here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Yunet. Good afternoon, Esther. Good afternoon to the doctor.
Go ahead.
My name is Rosella. Sometimes I'm calling from the
Let's hear you, Rosetta.
For the talking point. And we cannot speak for Emma. For a 4 hour year in the town of Manaseli. We started for 4 by 2 level. We know for the cost of the future setup that what we saw in the system of President Weah. So if someone is occupying a same position, I don't think the president is proceeding on the other part. Give the person the benefit of the doubt to understand before you do it, but you don't take people off job. This is a parity. If we talk about wearing shirt, we saw more Ali. There are so much we have.
No, don't get it wrong now. Mo Ali was not, in government at the time. He wore party T-shirt.
So you take him off from there because he wore party T-shirt. We can have the men and give her the opportunity to step for which she steps in her contract, and then she has the right to campaign. Because now we should be the whole government should honor them who enjoy is given to you.
Well, Rosetta, the code of conduct forbids that people shouldn't, wear party regalia, most especially those who are serving tenure positions, and according to the information, most of them were cut. Are you there? Yeah, so that's it, but they are those positions are attorney positions, but the code of conduct forbids people serving attorney positions to wear party regalia to go about campaigning. So what do you say on that?
The code of conduct for when you are in a training position and you know the rules that govern that position which is but according to Mr. Linet, this thing happening. It's not just mine happening. I have witnessed a lot of things happening for the two of them.
Okay.
In a first, we saw it in a second, we saw people who wish to campaign.
So these are the legal arguments you people should be pushing. These are the arguments that look, doing other people did it. So why now this government is going after? Exactly. All right, Rosetta, thank you. Let's interact with the others. Let's take you. Hello.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Wendell. My name is Washington Stoop, and I call from Houston.
Go ahead, Washington. You have a minute to make your contribution.
Okay, this country, I belong to every Liberian.
Mm-hmm.
There's no constitutional provision that says when you become president, the country is your personal prerogative.
Mm-hmm.
The same law that God yourself, if he elected, you go for state, yes. We have no law that say when the people are appointed, you go for certain time. If you go to president, we are going to eradicate it. They were campaigning all around the president, we don't respect the law. So what they trying to do is thinking that they campaign against. So it's so unfortunate that we have those people in power, and we told the Liberian people these are all job seekers. They think they'll be educated, but they don't have any knowledge to empower themselves in the private sector. So they were just fighting for a job. After this, nothing they will do. This people will only perform people who admire President William administration more than this Waka administration.
Okay. Thank you, Washington. Thank you for your contribution. Let me bring in Lady Yeke. Ma Sisi is on the line. Let me talk to her. Ma Sisi, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Yeah. Begin with how you doing, Baba?
I'm okay.
Okay. How my sister?
She's fine.
Okay. We answer, my daughter.
Yeah.
I told you, Amaja. Okay. Let me say hi to God. And I see you that when I look Smith. Yeah, this is my sister. Come on, no. I'm calling from Prnt this morning. Look, I want to ask my little question, Wendell. Although you're not answering, but I want you to answer it for me. You are working with OMSM Science, and they're telling you for campaign. You think you're campaign for Wendell?
You see? Ask the question again.
I say you are working with OMSM Science. And OMSM Science is in the you working with OMSM Science section. You think who you're campaign for?
I'll campaign for him.
So when they tell you say because you for same science, so you want to get your job.
But if the law says we know the job you're doing, you're not solved the campaign is left with me to campaign or not. But there are laws. There are laws on the books that protect, those positions.
Okay. So what I want to say is short now because
so that thing, that other question, what you asked, is different from what the people, the legal case, the people pushing you.
My man, I think they push it. I think they don't say because they're actually you. So they're not different from it.
A different thing. Just thought you think you were more, but a different thing you're talking about. Just thought it.
Okay, so some people campaigning 12 years ago for Malaseri, they're working Malaseri in government. Even election commission going past a t-shirt. You are here, you saw it, you're legitimate. Let's be to the point, my brother. Let's say although they will take the for that position, we agree, but we saw election commission.
No, listen, Little Yeke, let's get it straight, right? Let's get it straight. Okay. I am saying Bwaka issue is that these people who are serving tourney positions, they will party materials to campaign. My issue here is I'm not, in favor of people being replaced in tourney positions. That's why I'm not pushing that. Okay. But the law is the law.
Okay, the law is the law, we agree. But what comes around, my son, it will go around tomorrow.
Exactly.
These people are saying, President, we are taking people from position, and you're not the people, but we saw in your President, we are, when the election, the matter was about President, look what, you get to look at that position at the airport. What he couldn't do in administration now. He's put people in administration because they can be for President, we are, they say the right thing to do. We all like, for God's sake. Bwaka, you're not proceeding well. Say, Martin say, then you're not proceeding well. Tomorrow, all the people who are coming today are a good because in a favor.
Okay.
So, when I start tomorrow, because we're back. They will be right. Thank you.
Thank you. There's the voice of Lady Yeke, Ma Sisi, formerly Ma Sisi, now Lady Yeke. Let's talk to this person. Hello?
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just a minute. This is Washington. We have Bobaka minister when he was in. So why are they bringing him back to serve as minister again?
Who that question for, my brother? Me?
No, so they will just say that the people play with the country. The country for them. That's why their party put in power, but you have to respect the law of the country.
Thank you.
Was sitting minister, he was saying that their campaign program all around here. You always found that they go upon why they bringing him back to government.
Thank you. Let's take you, Ishaka. Ishaka, welcome to the show. Former minister in the CDC government. It's good having you, former assistant minister Sharif.
Good morning, Wendell, and good morning to
your co-host or what I may call
Man,
it.
please check your watch. Yeah, after 12 o'clock, afternoon time.
Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon. You know, I'm still home, so.
Yeah. All right. So let's hear you now because we don't have much time. So make your contribution quickly.
It's a pleasure, Winnell. But I would like to make a very important point here.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to you say that these people some of them were campaigning during the last election. Okay, granted. If we must hold the argument like that, but the law creating those entities as tenure entities gave them security, and the law that gave them security does not say you must replace them arbitrarily.
Exactly.
Okay. There are procedures. There are laid down laws and procedures to replace those people. And even under the law, we know I'm not a lawyer, but what I know is they have something called due process. And that due process means you must hear before you condemn. That is, when you accuse somebody, the person must be giving his day in court. So he's condemned. And you, the government, for example, you, the president or the government, cannot be the one to condemn the person. The only people that can condemn those people is the court. The court. So you can raise the allegation as a government, for example, Joseph Boakai, the president Boakai and his team can accuse those people. Yes, they are right.
I agree with you. On that issue of the court. You know, is the court responsibility to shame those people, provided if what they did, is against the law.
So yes, that's what I agree. So now they are being accused, right? They should be sent to court. If the court condemns them and remove them, then you can replace them. And the law does not say they should remain there. You replace them. No, that's not what the law says.
So true.
Because they can't be sitting in that position and you replace them. Those are not ordinary positions that you can just appoint there.
Exactly.
We are precedents to that.
Yeah.
We are precedents to that. The Republic of Liberia, the national territorial president, we are appointed Regina Nangwe in 2018. Martin Collins still had 2.5 years to run. And they went to the Supreme Court, and this Martin Collins went to the Supreme Court, and he was giving the right? Regina had to wait for 2.5 years to elapse before he went in that position. So there is a case.
Okay.
So be it as it is, let the government, and I listen to the legal advisor, Mr. Bushi Banki. I think he's proceeding wrongly. This is the first time I've seen or heard a presidential.
Okay, Shaka, we don't have time. I think we can leave it there.
Got to be careful to proceed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're not taking any more calls. We don't have the time. We got commercials commitment. Commercials keep the radio running. Okay, so we got to take our commercial break. So in the meantime, let me read these last comments before we say goodbye to you. All right. There's one from the messages. We don't have time, but I don't think we can go through all of these. But we just want to say, all of you watching us, we want to say thank you ever so much. We can't read your comments because we are against time. So we'll go to our guys. Only Dakwana will have with us. Dakwana, you can take a minute and then we'll go. Amos J. Vincent, thank you for joining in. It's good having you watching us from the USA. Dakwana, let's hear from you so we can go. We got commercials to play.
Yeah,
Dakwana, you there?
Start work. My background noises. So thank you guys.
All right, Baba. Thank you, and do have a great Tuesday from your end. All right, folks, on that note, this is how we conclude this edition of the Print News. And again, those issues are legal issues. You heard from Ishaka. that some of the folks had to wait before others tenure expire before they could be replaced in those positions. But with the case of Omen Bwaka is different. Those people still have time in their tenure, but they have been replaced. So according to him, there's a constitutional breach, and such issues must be taken to the courts. So those of you who are affected, well, the ball is on your court. And so we'll be here tomorrow with the midweek presentation of the program from the Print News, brought to you through the kind courtesy of Mayuba and Sons Incorporated, Crime Stoppers Liberia, and our one and only Exodus Best Price Store. Those of you looking for latest shirts, all the best of clothes you want to have in town, there is a place on Benson Street they call BB Fashion. BB Fashion got all the latest from Macy's store. I mean, everything you think about from the States is right there. So you want to look good, you want to have some American things, well, just go to BB Fashion. BB Fashion is between Buchanan and Center Streets. All right. Until tomorrow, take care of yourself and do have a pleasant Tuesday. My name is Wendell. I'm out.